Hello, everybody. How's it going today? Tonight, John here at What If I Could Scrollsaw Portrait Design and Woodworks. What are y'all up to? Welcome in my members and my subscribers. The past couple of days, we've had a ongoing contest sort of thing that for a $2 super chat, you would get an entry into winning a $20 gift certificate towards your purchase at anything at What If I Could. Scroll Software Design and Woodworks. So I broke it down. A couple people that were donating $1 and $1, I combined those to make a $2 entry. People that had donated $4 get two entries, $2, $2. Marty gets 5 entries for her $10 entry, apparently. So that's the way I was working it all out, just to make everything even for everybody else. Okay. So I'll be spinning a wheel tonight. There's another one on today. There's another one on tonight. I'm not worried if the goal is not met. It's just gift certificate towards a purchase of anything you want at What If I Could. Custom made, custom designed, whatever you want. Whatever your imagination can dream up, I can build for you. Jonified. Jonified. Right, Joe? Jonified.
Right. Jonified.
Now, Joe has gotten through a custom designed sign for Zach, and I don't know how many items did you win in the auction that we had last year? Like what, 12?
A lot. Something like that. Yeah.
Plus there was some extra. Plus there was some extra things I made for Michaela, but plus
Right.
the cow for your sister, right? And like Joe has
Right.
had so many items, so Joe knows what my work looks like, and Joe knows what my quality is like.
What
She can attest to that.
Jonified is.
Annie has ordered stuff.
Yeah.
She hasn't gotten hers yet.
Yeah.
Annie hasn't gotten it.
Yeah.
Annie
You
hasn't gotten
just
it.
you order something, you give him some ideas, colors, and then you say Jonify it. Do your thing,
Hey, babes. What you
and
need?
that's how it works. And that's how it
Why is
works.
my you, so, you guys think I'm gonna have to get a new microphone headset or what? It's just every once in a while. Hey
Probably.
Annie, how's it going? Hello
Hey.
Larry. Oh no, I'm breaking up. I'm breaking up. I'm like a robot. No, I'm screwed with you. Hey Jeanette. Hello Jeanette. Hello Annie. Hello Jojo.
Hey, everybody.
Howdy ho.
See, and I know Annie also asked me for something else, which I totally forgot about, and she forgot about it too, because it was for her anniversary. That
Yep.
just happened. Do you remember what it was?
An eagle? Was it
No,
an eagle?
two hands holding, two hands holding each other. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, you do
Sorry.
remember it now, right?
Yeah.
Because you asked me way too long ago that we both forgot about. I remembered what it was, but and when your anniversary happened, I'm like, oh right, I was supposed to make her something for her anniversary, and I remembered exactly what it was. Forgot about it because I don't send stuff out. Hey Chris, who's that? That was Joe.
Hey,
I know.
Chris.
I know it was Joe.
What? What was me?
Echoing. Hello Mary. Hello Donna. What are you guys all up to? What do you guys do? What are you guys doing on a Saturday night that you spend it here with us? Because we're all good company. We all know that. We all know that. That's why
I'll
we
be
all hang out
really
together.
honest. Since you signed off last time, I was taking a nap.
I need one. I can't
I
stop
had to stretch
yawning.
out the chair for a while. My legs was hurting so bad.
I
Hey,
wish.
Jane.
Hey Tank.
Hey, Kink.
Yeah, what like? Cause you guys like hanging out with me. I know that's what it is. That's got to be it. Because you're on my channel.
Well, yeah, I mean, we could be hanging anywhere. If we didn't like you, we wouldn't be here.
suppose.
I'm so comfortable around here. I sleep on
I
here
want to
too.
be. I will be really truly honest with you. I was actually sitting the other day, wondering or trying because it's been a year that I've been hanging with y'all, trying to remember what I did every night before I was hanging with y'all.
What did
Can't
you
for
do?
the life of me remember what I used to do.
Really?
She's probably
Hey,
she's, she's probably reading smut.
hey,
Probably
Christine. Hey,
reading
hey,
or
Herb.
crochet. I know I was reading or crocheting, but I'm not like, nah. I think a lot of those nights was spit staring at the wall. I do that a lot. And I know that sounds really horrible and boring, but I come up with some of my best ideas just sitting and staring at a wall.
Okay,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
in in the past amount of time that you've been hanging out with us, do you feel you've accomplished more? Like just by having conversation and just sitting there crocheting and making things? You think you feel you've accomplished more in the past year you've been here with us than you would have if you weren't doing anything
yes and no.
than you were before? Okay,
Uh, no, I am not as, I don't accomplish like as many items, but yes, in that I have accomplished in absorbing so much new knowledge that I can put forth into what I'm working on. If that
that's what
makes
I'm here for, and that's what we're here for. And
because there's
also,
things that I have tried, like amigurumi. I know it was just a pumpkin, but that's not something I would have ever gotten around to trying on my own.
hey, to make sure.
Uh, I've made shawls, but it's always been with, chunky yarn. So I'm getting ready to, try that. Something I've
Yep.
never, I mean, hats, I've pretty much made every hat I can think of. I
So
actually want to do what everybody's calling the Bodapalooza hats. I would
the
like to
what?
go into Crystal's videos and make every single hat.
Holy cow!
Yeah, you imagine
Oh my
how many hats
God,
I put out?
that's gonna take forever.
How many hats does she have?
Oh, thousands. I mean, I did
Wow.
that one year with Fiber Spider. I just sat and I made probably 20 or 30 hats from his channel.
I
Uh,
don't think Crystal didn't have thousands, which is got she's probably got a couple hundred. I don't know.
Hi, Herb.
I heard I have to go to her channel and look under hats and see what she's got.
The only thing I have not accomplished that I started before I started hanging out with y'all was my sweater. But it's still languishing in the corner.
Drop top.
All right,
Bag a
Derek.
day crochet. Oh, here you go. So here's one for you. So off with subject for a bit here. I just typed in how many hats does Bag a day have, right? So Bag a day crochet. This is what came up under AI. Okay, this is an AI answer. Bag a day crochet, a popular creator on YouTube, has created at least 62 crochet hats. Crystal, the founder of Bag a day crochet, has designed and shared patterns for a wide variety of hats, including beanies and hats of all sizes from newborns to adults. So she's got at least 62 hats.
Oh, just let me go look at her
And her
playlist. I'll
hats are
tell you.
generally pretty quick. So you figure a hat a day would take you 2 months. I mean, I love Crystal's patterns, but I also like Fiber Spider's hat patterns.
So, Donna, without getting into too much, what are your plans for what you're doing? Like are you gonna get a new place? Are you moving everything? Are you um, setting up a new crafting channel? Are you did you have any plans that you feel like you want to tell us about what you're going to be doing? Because I know a lot of stuff that happened with your mom is just like went to the wayside and everything else. So I was curious. You don't have to share if you don't want to.
And that happens in life. Sometimes we have to put things aside for a little while and then pick them back up. She has a viewing of a new place on Wednesday.
Cool.
A little bungalow. Ooh,
A
see,
bungalow.
You're so cute.
No, you need a 12-bedroom place with like one room for every craft. One room for painting, one room for diamond art, one room for crochet, one room for knitting, one room for your woodworking, one room for,
The only problem
Crystal
with that is
has,
every time you sit down in one of those rooms, whatever you need is going to be in another one.
No. No.
as of right now, Crystal, it's on here. I'm
John,
on her
don't tell me
playlist, and
duty.
it says for Beanie, she has 184. But she's got other hat types too.
Mm-hmm.
So 184 beanies. Um, but she's got some that are on the 4-way tutorials.
Hey, Greg.
Greg.
Jeanette's finished 2 hats since you signed off last.
Oh, good Lord.
2 hats.
At the bottom,
So
she
it's 2
has
hats in
bottom
3
up.
hours.
She has bottom up hats, and she's got 15 of those.
Bottom up hats.
I am not a bottom up hat person unless I'm knitting. Now, if I'm knitting, I'll do bottom up. But most of the time, I like top down. John, not that kind of show.
I like rectangle hats.
They're okay. I don't like the way they fit, but that's a me problem. Oh, she said it's got a new kitchen, bathroom, white goods, and new carpets, and fresh decorated with new fence and garden, all sorted. That goes everything but white and carpets.
Good for you, Donna.
That sounds cute.
It's a new start, though.
Do you know what I did?
Cool.
That was a bad idea. I sat down and looked through baby pictures of my kids. It just made me feel older. They were so cute and little and innocent, fresh faced, no whiskers. And be fight words for me. Me and Bill got in a bit of a tussle today. And I told him, fine, I'll just leave. He's like, you can't leave. I'll have to leave. And I was like, why? He said, where the hell are you going to find where you can fit all your yarn? I was like, well, thanks for thinking about my yarn. Yes, that's the serious arguments we have, really terrible arguments.
But
Unbelievable.
I knew it was coming because he talked to his mom the other day. She stresses him out and then he lashes out at me. But, I've lashed out at him when I was stressed. So all's fair.
Oh yeah. So did you guys hear about this though?
Mm-mm.
So she's gonna see what else she can get from them as they dispose of nearly everything she owned. So because she was over at her mom's taking care of her mom for, I think it was 4 or 5 months that you were over there, that they figured that she abandoned her place that she was in, so they scrapped it. They threw everything in her place.
I'd take him to court. As long as the rent was paid, they should not have had any rights.
See, but rules are different over there, though.
Okay.
Where's she at?
She's in the
English.
UK. Isn't she?
Yeah, UK. See, because the thing is, like
That
squatters' rights over there are
live as
like
long as
squatter
the rent is paid. That's your place.
like squatters' rights over there are even different too. Because the thing is, it is if you don't even have to pay rent for 3 years, and there's nothing they can really do. The landlord can't really kick you out unless they go to court and get the sheriff there and everything else to get you evicted. But it takes time for that to happen, and you can live there for 4 or 5 years without paying any rent at all.
Yeah, I actually have a friend who's going through that right now in the courts because somebody squatted in his mother's house. That when she died, she left him the house. Well, he already had a house, and he would go out to his mother's house, mow the grass, check the house out, check the roof, upkeeping the property and all that.
Yeah.
And he never noticed. Well, then he got busy at work. His wife got busy. The kids were doing things. It was a couple of months before he got back out there. Somebody had already moved in the house. Just he don't know who they are. Don't know where they came from. He just went out there one day and they changed the locks and everything.
I was like, I remember years ago when the big real estate market fell, and the bank was like trying to sell off like foreclosure houses and stuff. And there was a guy that actually moved into $1 million house, got electricity, power, water, all hooked up in his name, changed the locks and everything. The bank was still in foreclosure, and the bank come by to do a sale on it, and he's like, "No, this is my house. Everything's in my name. There's nothing you can do. I've been paying." And the thing is, because he was there over a year, he actually paid the land taxes on it. So legally, it was his house.
Oh yeah. See, that's what Bill's uncle was hoping to do to his mom and dad. But his dad set it up in his will. There was a fund set aside to pay the property taxes every year. His mom didn't have to worry about it after he died. And his uncle was waiting for her to forget to pay the taxes and was going to swoop in and buy the property. And he never got the, I mean, he's dead now, but he didn't get that chance because his brother knew he was going to screw her over. Isn't that, I mean, this sucks that you have to think about your family like that. I'm sorry, that just sucks.
Exactly.
I mean, it's bad enough when a stranger screws you over, but when it's your own family, it's even worse. Okay. Whatever you say.
Hey, V, what are you up to?
Hey, Amy. Oh, man, Donna. See, the loss of the buttons, that would hurt me. I love buttons. Buttons are the coolest thing. And I will have days, I literally will just get one of my jars of buttons down, dump them out on the table, and just sit and look at them. Because I have really cool buttons. I have buttons that are like 50 years old. Well, I am very happy that you have good brothers, Donna. Can y'all believe it's May 31st already?
I know, right? We're talking about that at work too.
I
We're
had
talking about that.
Donna from one of his, my husband's grandmother's sweaters when she was a teenager. And she had, when she got rid of the sweater, she cut the buttons off and she kept them. She passed them down to her daughter, who left them in the house that we was planning on buying, and nobody else wanted them, so I kept them. Because buttons, and I think the old buttons. Now y'all have seen vintage buttons, and you've seen buttons from nowadays. The old buttons it was like works of art. The new buttons stamped out of plastic and wood. They're not hand carved or and the metal ones, the metal work that they did on the front of the buttons, I've realized they probably had molds and they just stamped them down and put the buttons together. Back then, But somebody had to make that mold. Somebody had to have that skill and artistry to do that. And I love, don't get me started on buttons. I'm as bad about buttons as I am yarn. The artistic endeavors that have been lost due to, what did we call it? Oh, progress.
Well, it's like even these lucite buttons from the 40s,
Yeah.
right?
You look at them; they're just like works of art.
Even they were mass produced, but they were still like, each one still looked unique.
Honey,
Hey,
Hey,
hello.
ooh. Okay, Avi, what did you make? Because I'm ready for a snack. Not really, but you know.
Hey, everybody in chat.
Oh. I was just
Yeah.
watching.
See, like you're talking like buttons, like
Yeah,
you're talking like buttons like these ones.
yeah. I've got a couple of porcelain buttons that was hand painted. I mean, oh, that sounds good.
Well,
Amy.
even
love.
like even like these ones here, these embroidered buttons, like they're
Mhm.
embroidered, like
Yeah.
cross stitch, like those are so phenomenal.
Oh, you see the one with looks like it's soldiers next to a fence. Is it
Yep.
soldiers? I have one of those.
Oh, that'd be it's like a hunter and a dairy maid. It looks like it'd be like a German button, almost.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
an old male
Tater
Victorian
tots.
one.
What do we call? What do you all call
Tater tots, potato gems. Yeah, they're tater tots. Tater tots. Yeah.
Tater tots.
I love tater tots.
I sometimes like them.
Do you ever make hot dish, Connie?
A what?
Hot dish?
I don't make anything that's just called a hot dish. You gotta tell me what it is.
Well, you're in Kansas. I figured you make hot dish. It's basically vegetables and meat and a gravy. You put tater tots over the top of it and then cheese over top of the tater tots.
I have made that, but it's been a long time ago.
Victorian hunters coat buttons. There you go.
Oh, yeah. I have some like soup, and I will look for them every time I go to a thrift store, yard sale. Used to be the flea market, but like I said, our flea market burned down, so everything in it's brand new now.
Yeah.
Peanut butter sandwich, Donna. Peanut butter sandwich. Oh, y'all don't have peanut butter over there. That's what I'd be having at 2:30. That's generally what I eat at 2:30 in the morning is a peanut butter sandwich, a cup of coffee.
I don't eat anything during the night.
Well, that's because you're not up during the night.
It's true. I'm not.
some of us are.
Here's some of my good news.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready for this?
Sure.
Since this time last year, I've lost 70 pounds.
Woohoo! That's awesome.
Awesome.
Wow, way to go.
That is cool. And I've lost 25 pounds as of today since the first week of February.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. It's going slow, which is what I want.
That's my doctor told me the best way to do it is to do it very slowly, nothing radical.
Right.
I don't even think about dieting. I have just changed my eating habits so much that I didn't really eat junk or anything before. What my problem was not what I ate, it was when I ate it.
Yeah. Yeah, I eat 3 meals a day, period. No snacking. And like today, when my grandson brought me that taco, it was not my normal time to eat. So I took that amount of food out of what I ate for dinner because I can't overeat. I can't get too full because I'll throw up.
Oh, Jeanette, when? maybe I can make one day of it, or give my son money and have him get them. It's a citywide yard sale. Hurricane has them, but Nitro's bigger than Hurricane.
Cool.
So, more yard sales.
My grandson can eat more than Ron and I and our neighbors all around us. He can eat more in one day than us. And he is a super skinny kid that has got such a fast metabolism, and he's got ADHD. And so
Andrew used to be like that, and then when he took his desk job, he was like, "Mom, I had to stop eating so much." He said, "My butt was getting big for my pants." I was like, "Yeah, it's called gaining weight because you're not Well, every job he ever had, he was on his feet all day.
mm-hmm.
He was moving, and he got this desk job, and he's not moving around all day. I told him it was going to catch up with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, reach stuff out.
Yep. But you know what? My son,
Myself peanut butter stuff.
I mean, he still works a very active job.
I don't want any.
He can't gain weight, and he eats and eats.
That's why Bill is.
He is so busy
Grab a do.
that he cannot lose weight. He gets up at 1:30 in the morning, and he goes to work, and he's usually done by 8 in the morning, and then he goes to the gym, and he works out, and then he goes and does whatever he has to do, and by about 4 in the evening, he's going to bed for the night.
Yeah, Bill
4:30.
still long enough for the calories to stick to his body. I know what his problem is, and I keep telling him he needs 3 times the calories I do because he never.
Oh, my son eats. Oh my God! In fact, he told us, and I believe it. He says, "Mom, I don't know what it feels like to be full." I said, "What?" And he goes, "You guys always talk about your stomach hurts because you're full." He goes, I don't know what that feels like. He goes, "I've never had that problem. The boy can eat and eat and eat and eat and eat and eat."
It's because he has 2 hollow legs. So.
Of course. And he's 41. He just turned 41, and he's still got a super fast metabolism, and he is working out, and he's finally gained, I think, 20 pounds in muscle, but there's no fat on him.
See, that's Bill. And his dad was like that too. His dad had a really super high metabolism. His mom just starves herself to death to stay skinny.
Well,
she is 82 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why she needs to still be watching her girlish figure because she has no plans on remarrying.
Right.
I was like, just do what you want for once.
Well, and my son, it may catch up to him, but I don't know. And he's already 41 years old, and
let's see him, John. What'd you find?
Connie, how does this make you feel? Hold on a second.
What?
Oh, that just ticks me off.
That's disgusting.
It really, honestly.
Have you seen these new nails, though? Have you seen these new nails, though?
Yes, I have. And no, I don't like them. No.
Why would
the problem
like
is the
See,
problem
that's
with those,
ridiculous. That's just overblown.
First of all, they don't give you the strength that you should have. Those nails will rip off and tear your nail underneath. The reason I say that is because nails have a natural apex. If you do not have an apex in your fake nails, you have a tendency of breaking. Let me show you what an apex is.
Talking about the curve?
Yeah. So my finger, you can see, right? See this part that goes up? It's like a bump. That's an apex. I build it into my nails. See how it has a little bump right here? It goes up. That's your apex. If you don't have an apex, your nails can actually get ripped right off your finger. And I have to change the apex as my nail grows out. I have to shave this and add more.
See, I have no apex with my thumbs. That's probably why I tear those nails off all the time.
Exactly. You have to have an apex.
Well, I mean,
And-
this is my
Yeah,
natural nails.
Well,
They're not-
your natural
I-
nails have a natural apex.
I can never figure out why nails were always built up like that. It didn't
That's
make sense
why.
to me.
That's why it's the strength
But my
to
nails
keep it.
my nails don't have the big huge bump on them.
But guess what? If your nails grew out, they would start to go down, which would give you that apex, a natural apex.
Yeah, but see, my fingernails, if they get over a half an inch long, grow over the tip of my fingers.
They break.
Huh?
Do they
No,
break?
they
My
go
nails,
down.
my
Yeah,
nails are real
they start to
brittle.
curl.
Always been brittle. But
See,
they will
mine,
literally curve over the tip of my finger. I have
they
to cut back.
right, and my nails are not so much that they grow this way; they curl, which causes the apex this direction.
Yeah, see, that's what my
so this-
toenails do.
Yeah, they
Curl
curl.
like that.
So you have a natural apex.
Yeah,
You just-
John, you better get to work.
Okay.
Annie Jeanette says it's June 7th.
I know, I saw that. I wrote it down.
And Jeanette, did you see I sent you a link? That's the best deal I can find on those curlers. Better than Dollar Tree.
Hoping my sister feels better and maybe since Johnny can be left alone again, we can slide out and do some yard selling just to get out of the house for a while.
How is Anthony's mouth?
He's eaten all day long.
Because he doesn't have any pain.
He has not had any pain meds today.
Oh,
I'm going to give him some. If he stays up till 10, I'll go ahead and give him some. But no, I think it's the antibiotic. I think there was an infection back there. But, I smelled his mouth and everything and squished around on his gum. And there was no discharge. So I guess maybe it was inside.
yeah.
When you have an infected tooth, you can smell it in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know y'all probably in chat think that's gross, but
That is what it is.
I have to sniff his mouth. I have to sniff his ears to make sure he's not getting an infection, just like you would with a little kid.
Well, it's just like if you have strep throat, you can smell it.
You can taste it too.
Yeah, it's kind of
Gross.
I've never had it, but my daughter kind of explained it to me.
It
weird.
tastes nasty.
Yeah.
It tastes like you have a dirty chew in your mouth.
Yeah, see, I've never had strep throat, so
You are lucky.
my kids all had it. I've never had it. Ron's never had it.
My sister is a carrier
Mm.
of strep
Well,
throat. She never gets strep throat, but she can give it to other people.
Okay, so when my kids were younger, all four of my kids got strep at the same time. But Jessica has scarlet fever, which is the strep, and Ashley got scarlatina, which is strep, and then the other two got regular strep. And I'm like, why did she get scarlet fever? Does that mean I ignored it longer? And they said, no, that's just the way it manifests in her body. It's all the strep.
My sister had scarlet fever when she was little, when she was about 7 years old. She almost died from it.
Well, luckily they didn't last long. They got better much quicker. But Jessica is also a mono carrier. She got mono when she was, how old was she? First grade. She had got sick. I think she had an ear infection or something. And she went back to school and she was still on the antibiotics. And a friend gave her a drink off of her drink. Didn't know that little girl was a carrier. She had mono when she was younger. She gave it to Jessica. She's still a carrier. She's never given it to anybody else. But I told her, I said, don't you be kissing on anybody who's sick.
Andrew got mono in college, and the girl he was kissing never got sick. She was never sick. He just kept feeling worse and worse. And I was like, because they have like a special clinic for the college students at the local hospital there where the college is,
Mm-hmm.
where it only costs them a couple dollars if they don't have insurance, to get their medical needs taken care of. I said, get the shuttle. I said, go over there and get tested. And then he called me back a couple hours later. He said, they said I have mono. And I said, pack your stuff. I'll come get you. He said, what? I said, you cannot take care of yourself with mono.
Nope.
I was like, you need to be here so I can monitor your fever and make sure that you're getting enough to drink. And yeah, he was real. I've seen my son sick many times, and I've never seen him that sick.
Her neck poked out like this. It was horrible. And they said, don't, no roughhousing or anything because you're so fragile. If somebody bumped into you, it could kill you because it would
Yeah,
crush, especially her esophagus. That's the worst part about it is your esophagus can get so tender that you can destroy it and you could die from it.
yeah, he was really he. I mean, he didn't miss anything. One of the guys that he had most of his classes with always I talked to the dean, and we had his since it was mono. If it had been any other kind of sickness, they probably would have kept. But as long as he kept his papers up and he talked to his professors via email or telephone to keep up with the lectures and stuff. But he had a friend who was taping all the lectures for him and sending them to him.
Mm-hmm.
But he was mad at me because I made him come home.
Well, the worst part about Jessica, when she had mono, they gave her, because they give you an antibiotic, they gave her sulfa drugs, which I am allergic to them. She is also allergic to them. And she had a reaction on top of mono. And she turned yellow. And she was all swollen up. And then she turned red. It was not a very fun time for her.
Neither one of my boys are allergic to any kind of medicine. Bill's not allergic to. The only medicines that I'm allergic to are naproxen, which is like Aleve, what Aleve was when it was prescription,
right?
And clindamycin, which is an antibiotic. But it's the only antibiotic I've ever had a reaction to, but it almost killed me.
Okay, so I got a sulfa drug twice. The first time I just turned beet red. The second time I turned beet red and my skin started peeling off. And they said the next time you won't survive it because
I had hives in my eyelids. I had them inside my nose, inside my mouth, on my tongue, the soles of my feet, the palms of my hands. I had hives. The doctor, when she looked at me, she said, I've never, because her receptionist, I walked in, I'm all splotchy with these. When I say hives, they was raised about 2 inches from my skin.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, well, you're going to have to wait. And the doctor walked out in the waiting room to get somebody. And she looked at me and she goes, why are you still sitting here? She said, I had to wait. She said, you get back here now.
Yeah. Well, okay, so Zaylee, my granddaughter, she was never sick until she was 5 years old. She got strep throat or something, and my daughter took her to the doctors, and they gave her amoxicillin. She immediately had a reaction. She broke out in hives. So then they had to give her something for that, and then they gave her another antibiotic. She's allergic to almost every antibiotic that's out there. There's maybe 3 different ones that she can take.
My dad had been on so many antibiotics throughout his life.
He had an immune system.
The only antibiotics that would work for him, and this was just like a couple of years before he died, they had to bring in from the UK, get special permission, because they said nothing else would work for him. This is all that would work. If he had any kind of infection, that's the only antibiotic he could have. He was allergic to penicillin. They almost killed him twice in the hospital with penicillin, knowing it was in his chart. We told them when we took him in, he's severely allergic to penicillin. They give him penicillin anyway, and he refused to sue him.
She's allergic to all. Yeah, she's allergic to all of the psyllin family. So penicillin, amoxicillin, ampicillin, all of them, and a bunch of others. She's allergic to sulfa. I'm like, God, don't ever get a bad infection because I don't know what they would do. What they could try,
Yeah, well, I mean, with Dad, that was like the last resort, and that stuff was expensive.
Yeah, I don't know.
And he was just like, "It's not worth it." And the doctor was like, "Well, this is all we've got. This is where we're at." He was to the point he had been on so many different pain medications that they didn't even have a pain medic. Even oh crap, what's the really strong one they give you?
Morphine.
Oxy.
Morphine would
Oxy.
kill his pain.
Yeah.
And the doctor was just like, he said, "I don't know what else to
Percocet.
do for you."
I hate Percocet. I'm allergic to morphine.
Hedge
I like
folks.
perks. I don't like perks at all. Hey, Chris,
Hey, Kristen.
we talk about the weirdest stuff for a wood show.
So the barefoot sandals are done.
Cool.
The flowers are done. I just need to put the flowers on them and the flowers on the blanket, and it will be finished completely. So here is
Oh,
the little.
is that a
Which should
twang
be-
or did that just bend?
We talking about? No, it's still there.
Oh,
It
well,
bend. They bend.
okay, yeah,
Again.
all right.
So
So it's okay for him to bend, is what I'm saying.
yeah.
Yeah.
So here is the little sandal. Of course, I need to weave in the ends, and then here is the little flower that will sit on top of them.
Oh, that's cute.
That's very cute.
Thank you. Yeah.
Man, it's all right.
Yeah.
Joe,
Gotta keep you humble, Connie. Come on.
Of course.
Joe, I haven't heard him for a while. How is that?
He's good. He was just in here a little bit ago. He worked today,
Well, tell him I
and
said
he
hi.
called.
Hey,
Well, he
Lisa.
called me when he got off work. He's like, "What we have at the house to eat?" And I was, everything.
Hey, Lisa. How you
Hey,
doing?
Lisa.
He's like, "I don't have any money on my PayPal to stop and get anything because all the apps for everything is he's got his PayPal to go through for payment." I was
Oh,
like, "Do you need me to give you some money?" And he's like, "No." Well, you say you don't have any money in your PayPal. If you need some to get you something to eat. No, he said, "I have money. It's just not on my card. I have it at home." He has a safe that he puts his money in so he doesn't spend it all.
Okay, so therefore, you put money on his PayPal. He can pay you back when he gets home. Then that's all it works out to be.
He could. He could. Or,
Solution solved.
the next time he gets paid,
$60.
just know that, I already gave him part of it. Because he works and it's direct deposited into my account because we have a
Yeah.
joint account. And then I keep, depending on how much he makes, I usually keep 100 and the rest goes to him.
yeah.
Like his last check, he got like 320 some dollars. I took 100 of it and the rest is his.
So
Lisa, Lisa, what have you been working on? What have you been working on lately?
So
Sorry,
yesterday,
go ahead.
remember I told you guys about my card?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm trying to think, okay, I don't think anything's going to go through for the next 2 weeks. I woke up this morning and there was a message on my phone from T-Mobile. Your card is no longer working. Oh my, I know this. So I spent an hour and a half on the phone getting it changed over to Ron's card.
And then when yours is reissued, you're going to have to do it all over again.
Yeah, in a couple of weeks. I have to call back and redo it.
You can't just go into your bank and get a new card?
My bank is in Utah.
Oh, Okay, explains that.
Lisa is
Not
working on trauma bears for the local hospital and doing scarves and beanies.
Cool.
cool.
Yeah, because I know here I can get a new. I just have to walk
Oh,
into the
thank you,
bank and
Greg.
say I
Way to
need a
go.
new card.
That's what they told me.
And
They
they,
said you could just go over to the your bank and get a new card. I said my bank's like 800 miles away, and she's like, I said my bank's in Utah. I'm in Kansas. She goes, oh, I guess that's not gonna work. I'm like, mm-hmm.
why don't you have
And
it switched over to here?
I don't want to.
There.
I don't want to. We've been members with this credit union for 35 years,
Okay.
and so I'm not going to. I go to Utah enough that I can do anything I need to do there, and there's credit union service centers that I can do some banking with if I need to here in Kansas, but I can't get a card from them. I have to get it from my own, but that's okay. I'll get it in about 2 weeks, and that's fine.
Hey,
Because
look,
Ron's
yeah.
card works, so
Yeah.
Did John freeze or is he thinking?
No,
no,
I'm thinking.
I know
I know
when you think you get really, really
I'm
still.
here. I'm just
he
thinking.
does. He gets really still. I'm thinking that a lot. I'm like, okay, is he gonna move? Is he?
Check
Well,
for breathing.
Ron is. See, I bet John didn't even think we paid enough
No,
attention to that.
yeah, but I could sit like that for hours.
It freaks Bill out if I do that. He does not like it when I do that. When I'm thinking about a pattern, I'll just get really still in my chair and be staring at the wall where I get my best ideas. I don't think I'll ever hang anything on that wall. I think it would distract me from when I'm thinking.
Yeah.
See, but I could do that and like be working on a pattern, and like if my camera's not on my face, well, even if my camera's on my face, my eyes really don't move or anything if I'm working on a pattern.
Are you drawing the bingo wheel tonight too?
I am considering knitting a bear, Lisa. I've been toying with the idea.
No, I'll draw bingo tomorrow morning or tomorrow on I'll draw bingo on Happy Hats tomorrow.
Oh, I could do that, Chris. I would drive my husband
No, I gotta
insane.
look for a different wheel for random picker. What?
An empty picture frame. I tried that, but I would hang them, paint them really, nice colors. Just hang them on the wall with nothing in them. Bill didn't like that. He said it was weird. But, it was me. And I looked at him and I said, "In your point?" Well, I'm weird. I know I'm weird. I embrace it. I ain't worried about it.
I'm weird too. Ron will tell you so.
People think you're supposed to be ashamed of being weird.
You're an alien, according to him.
I have
I
heard.
know.
I have heard that I was an alien as well.
Ron
just
tells me all the time. You're an alien.
Yeah, I've heard him say that to you.
Oh, by the
We were
way,
talking about
strawberries
we
were
were talking about food.
delicious.
I think we were talking about foods we liked and didn't like, and
Uh
there was something you didn't like, and he said you're an alien.
huh. Yeah. He tells me that all the time.
My lord.
Yeah. Well, because so I don't like any sauce on steak. No steak sauce, no barbecue sauce, no nothing. I just like my steak. That's just just plain steak. I want to taste the meat, right? I don't put hot sauce on anything. I put very little salad dressing. I don't really like ketchup very much, so I will just eat my fries with no ketchup. Um, yeah, I don't like mustard. I don't. Yeah, I'm
The
not.
only time I eat fries with no ketchup is if I'm driving.
Yeah, I very once in a great while I'll dip a fry into a ketchup, but not really. And like
No,
tomato.
you got to have a milkshake.
Now, Bill, he looks at me when I eat French fries because I'll dump my fries out in a pile, and then I'll dump a pile of ketchup,
Ugh.
salt the fries, and then I salt the ketchup. No, the ketchup doesn't go directly on the fries. I just dip. I
Mm,
stir it around to stir the salt in, and then eat the fry. And he was like, "You salted the fries. Why does the ketchup need salt?" The only time I use ketchup is with French fries or hot dogs. That's it. I don't eat ketchup any other way.
right.
Occasionally
Lisa,
scrambled eggs.
Lisa, I only like. I can tolerate a little bit of ranch, not much, and I like blue cheese, but I don't put very much.
No, when she's talking salad dressing, I think she's talking about like Miracle Whip.
I don't like that. That's gross.
No,
Blah.
I like Miracle Whip and mayonnaise. I like them both.
I prefer mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is my
Jeanette,
favorite.
if I find some, I will look for prices, but I am very stingy with my button collection. I won't even I won't even give them to my sister. I tell her go buy her own.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I need a sign now that says I'm a button hoarder.
I got rid of all my buttons before I moved here, and I just had that one.
It's oh, okay. So you was talking about actual salad dressings. Miracle Whip is all right. Mayonnaise is egg yolks, vinegar, and salt and oil.
Hmm.
Miracle Whip is egg whites, vinegar, sugar, and
It's
oil.
it's really tangy. I grew up on it, and as soon as I went to somebody's house once, and I was having a sandwich, and they asked me if I wanted Miracle Whip. I mean, not Miracle Whip. If I wanted mayonnaise, I said sure, because we called Miracle Whip mayonnaise. I thought it was the same thing. I tasted it. I'm like, ooh, this is really good. What is it? I found out the difference, and I'm like, as soon as I got left home, I never touched Miracle Whip again. Yeah, I don't like it.
Now, Lisa, I ate my salad like that for years.
I do eat a lot of salads with no dressing. If I don't have dressing, no, it's not a problem.
Yeah, it's not a big deal as long as you got some salt. I don't do pepper. I don't like pepper, but I do salt on it.
I don't do salt or pepper on my salad. Well, I drink my salad now, so
Bill puts seasoning
Yeah.
salt on his salad always.
yeah, I drink my
You
salad. I
you
don't know.
st- you, you still
Huh?
can't eat a salad?
Nope, cannot chew the stuff that's in it. Some of it I can, but I can't chew the lettuce. I can't chew the cucumbers. I can't chew because I can't
Yeah,
eat with my
cucumbers
teeth.
are difficult.
Once my allergies, the summer's over and they start to subside, I can start trying to eat with my teeth. Because right now I just gag on everything.
Now, do you have a full upper plate?
Yes, upper and bottom.
Okay, Renee said that what she thinks it is you need to have them grind the back of that plate off almost into a U, so it's
They did
completely away from your uvula. She
in
thinks
on the
that's
bottom or top.
now on the top and the back.
They did some. I may have to have more done
Yeah,
because it.
because she said not her, but our dad had to keep, and they ended up almost doing his in a complete U to keep it from touching the in the back and gagging him like
Because
that.
I have a really easy gag reflex,
Yeah, he did too.
so I'll probably have them work on it some more. Because it's
I
thing is
used to
like
make, Renee has a really touchy one, and I used to make her sick because I'd take a toothbrush and stick it all the way back to my uvula and scrub my uvula
oh,
with it. Yeah, see, she couldn't do it. She'd start gagging just to hear me talking about it.
No thanks. No way. I have a hard time brushing my tongue. Just my tongue. I can't. I
Oh
can
no, I have
barely.
to
Oh,
brush my tongue and the roof of my mouth, and yeah.
oh no, 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 no. No, absolutely not.
And Anthony, I know that what has happened with his mouth is not a good thing, but kind of it is. He wants me to brush his teeth, where it used to be I'd have to kind of like quarter him in the bathroom,
Mm-hmm.
and once I got started, he was fine. Now he's coming with his toothbrush, bringing it to me,
Well, that's good.
brush his teeth. So something good came out of it.
Yeah.
And
She's
that's
gonna pass on having lunch today. Did we upset your?
sorry, Lisa.
Sorry. But yeah, I've always gagged very easily. Always.
Oh, my
Um,
mom. You could hear my mom brushing her teeth if he was down at the barn, because the minute the toothbrush went in her mouth, she would start.
yeah, it's really hard. It's something I
See, I remember.
struggle with.
I remember. I remember my ex mother in law, like when we were living at her house. Like you knew when she would brush her teeth because like she would gag every freaking time. It's
Yeah.
like
Hmm.
why? Why do you do it? Why do you do it? You brush your teeth 3 times a day. Why do you do it every time? Like
Because
why do you
Some
gotta
people
brush your
don't
tongue
get
that
over
far
it.
back?
well, even sometimes when I don't brush my tongue, just brushing my teeth, sometimes I will gag. Taking a pill, I will gag. I used to have to drop the pills down my throat because if it touched my tongue, I would gag. I finally learned how to take one pill at a time without gagging, but I gag on everything. I gag on food, I gag on pills, I gag on toothbrush. Oh, and when they have to do a swab, oh, I almost throw up every time when they have to swab the back of my throat because I'm like, because it's so bad. Yeah. My daughter,
John, who gave that to you to send to me?
Chris K. Uh, wanted me to send that
Oh,
to you.
okay.
So, in other words,
Yeah,
Connie, you're
that's
saying it's a
cute.
whole thing.
what?
It's a whole thing.
Oh, yeah. It's nothing like just the teeth. I am an easy gagger, so and I can't feel the food when I'm trying to eat them, and then if I do, it gets caught, and that's another thing. I gag on lettuce even when I had teeth. So, yeah, if
That's
I
a cute
don't
shirt that you sent me, John.
if I don't
I
quite
need
get
it
my
now.
if I don't
Let's change
quite,
the subject. Lisa's leaving because she can't handle the subject.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We'll be
How
done.
about them bears?
Yeah, we talk about the damnedest things here.
We really do.
Let's see. What else can we talk about?
Penguins. Let's talk about
Sure.
penguins.
Penguins? I don't know that much
They,
about penguins.
they waddle.
We can
I
talk
love
about ping.
when
We can talk about
daddies
penguin
put the
gold
eggs
blades.
on their feet. I think March of the Penguins is one of my favorite animal movies.
No, I've never seen it.
It's more of a documentary than a movie, but it's really really cool. Totally worth the watch.
I don't know if I've ever watched it. I have watched some penguin movies, so I
Happy,
don't know. I don't know if I've
I
watched that
liked
one.
Happy Feet too. Happy Feet was a good movie.
Yeah, I don't know what
Never
sounds like.
watched it.
Oh, I don't think there's been a Disney movie made that I have not watched.
Uh,
Pixar. I'm in Pixar now. I love animated movies.
I do too. One of my most favorite movies. Well, I really love Lion King.
Yeah.
I love Brother Bear.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really like um, oh, the one that had Belle in it.
Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast. I
Being a
really
beast.
like the first one, Beauty and the Beast. I really like Beauty and the Beast. and I just like a lot of them. I mean, there's a few I don't like as much. I'm not as big a fan as Mulan. That's not my favorite. I'll watch it, but I don't. It's not like, ooh, let's watch Mulan. No,
I am not a huge Mulan fan.
I'm not. I
I
don't know.
watched it. I honestly think I've only watched it once, and then I
I,
was like, "Eh."
I've watched it a few times. Oh, I
See, but the
love.
thing is,
Oh,
but
How
the
to
thing is
Train
that
Your Dragon, Donna, is a
Disney,
staple in our house. That's my husband's favorite movies.
Never watched it.
Disney, Disney glorifies princesses. If you know the true story of Pocahontas, nothing like the Disney movie.
I was talking to my grandson about that.
Pocahontas was actually a badass.
Yes, but she was also a slave. She was took back
Well,
to
yeah.
Yep,
England
she
as
was
a
a slave.
slave, and I think she died in childbirth or died from an infection because of childbirth or something. And she was mistreated. Yeah. I told him all that, and he's like, "Well, that's not what the movie said." I said, "I don't care what the
Well,
movie
I
said.
mean,
The
just like
movie.
a lot of your nursery rhymes and stuff. If you
They're
go back and
dark.
look at the true stories of the Brothers Grimm, they're not the ones we learned as kids.
Yeah, they are dark.
Oh my God, Larry, you remember Ricky Tikki Tavi? I loved that movie.
I don't know that one.
Ricky Tikki Tavi was about the mongoose.
Yeah, I don't know that one. Let's see. Oh, and
It
I
was
will say I love The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
so Ricky Tikki Tavi was written by Rudyard
Mondays,
Kipling,
Jeanette.
who wrote The Jungle Book.
And I can actually recite you part of the story I learned in third grade. It's called Ricky Tikki Timbo. It's about a little boy it's kind of basically like an oriental telling of the boy who cried wolf, in my opinion, as older thinking back. But I always got tickled when you'd say Ricky Tikki Timbo, Nose to Rambo, Chari Bari, Rooch Perry Pimbo has fallen into the well. By the time you got all that out, that kid's drowned.
Yeah, the Rescuers. I like those.
Yes, I liked all the Rescuer movies. Um, God, I couldn't even tell you how many
I
times we
love Jungle Book. I love
all of
this. I love this. The songs in Jungle Book.
yes. Anthony still watches Jungle Book at least once a month.
And Finding Nemo. I didn't care for the Dory one, but I
I
love
didn't
Finding Nemo.
watch the Dory one, but I like Finding Nemo.
Yeah, I like Finding Nemo.
That's how I learned to speak whale.
And Lady in the Oh, yes, Lauren, Fern Gully. Yes, that
Oh,
was
I love Fern Gully.
the name of.
Fern Gully is so good. I love Fern Gully.
Did you see what Jeanette's asking you, Connie?
Yeah, I answered. No, I water. Monday is my watering day. But I will say, Jeanette, is I don't water every single plant on Monday. I check them, and if they need the water, I water them on Monday. There is a few of my plants I have to water twice a week, and but most of them I check them on Mondays. If they're dry, or you can tell you pick up the pot and they're not heavy, then you water it. But it's always Monday on those. But then I have to do some that I do twice a week, depending on what time of year.
Yeah, Donna, me too. Right there with
Chris, I'm pretty sure I said Rudyard Kipling. I pretty much memorized his name in the Boy Scouts.
well, she just misspelled it. Come on.
Yeah, I don't plant. Some of my plants do die. I threw one out last week. It was one
What about
that just
what about the
died
good?
for no reason.
What about the good movies? The good movies. Dark
Like,
Crystal, Secret of NIMH,
Yes.
oh,
Labyrinth.
How about
Yes.
oh gosh, what was that movie that had that great big The Never Ending Story? Love
Never
those
ending
movies.
story. Yeah, I still think there should have been a second one to Never Ending Story.
Yeah.
Thunderbirds Rescue.
You said you
Yeah,
wish there
Chris.
was a
So,
second one. A second one to what?
The
uh,
Never Ending Story had a
Never Ending
second
Story.
movie. It
Well,
had
there
two
was a
movies.
Yeah,
sequel,
this
but
had to.
but it wasn't the same.
You're right.
No.
There should have been a
You're
second
right.
Labyrinth too.
Yeah. She's Lady
Oh hell!
Penelope.
Wait, there's a number three. I didn't even know there was a third one. See, the first one was in '84.
I think I knew that. Yes, I did know that there was a third one. I've seen them.
I liked all the Free Willy movies.
Oh, I did too. I love Free Willy.
Well, there's a fourth one too. What?
What?
Never Ending Story 4.
Now I didn't know that there was.
Oh, Tales from the Never Ending Story. It's a film series.
Oh, you know
What?
what shows I really liked movies was Littlefoot,
Oh, Land Before Time.
Land
Land
Before
Before
Time.
Time. I love those movies.
Littlefoot, Petrie, Sarah.
Uh huh. Yep.
Mom cried. And I was like,
Hmm.
what are you crying for? That's when the little one, whatever its name was, I'm all alone.
I
Like,
know.
oh God.
it
I just
it was
walked on
so
through.
it was so sad when his mom died, and then when his grandparents didn't his grandparents die too. It was so sad.
Eventually they did, yeah.
Yeah. But when his mom died, oh my gosh, that was sad.
Yeah. Oh, I like Old Yeller and Savage Sam.
Um, I'm not a fan of Old Yeller, but I love Where the Red Fern Grows. I met the author of Where the Red Fern Grows, and he everybody at our school read the book, at least in our grade, and I read it several times. And they did the movie. He came to Utah for the screening, and we all got to go and get his autograph. And he explained to us that the book is is a fiction book because only one thing is not true. The whole book is total true until the very end. He said a red fern actually did not grow over the dog's burial spot where he said in the book they did. So it had to be fiction, even though the whole story was true except for that. I don't know if you guys have ever read Where the Red Fern Grows.
I don't know. I don't think
It was
so.
a very popular book when I was in grade school.
Not Jeeves. It was Aloysius
I'm doing,
Parker. What are you
That's
talking about, Chris?
Aloysius.
oh,
Aloysius.
That's
we
not how you
had
spell Aloysius.
Tom Huckleberry Finn, Tom Sawyer.
Hmm.
Oh yeah,
Classics. Okay, Robinson Crusoe,
Huckleberry
Heidi.
Finn. Yes.
Yep. And I read all of the. Of course, I've said this before. I read all of the Hobbit movies. Love those. The books. I've read them so many times. Watched the movies too, but and they're coming out with another movie or no. I am so
Oh,
excited.
White Fang was another good one.
Yeah.
I see. I knew that bend was going to break. course, you know what the saying says: if it doesn't bend, it will break.
Mhm.
Do you know that my son? I now know that the structure of a bridge is supposed to move, otherwise it won't stand. But
Of
when I
course.
was
Yep.
in a, we know we got stuck on Interstate Bridge in the middle of it for like 2 hours.
Hmm.
I was having a panic attack. And my oldest son's in middle school. He's sitting there holding my hand. He's like, Mom, you can do this. I said, No, I can't. It's moving. He's like, Mom, let me explain bridges to you and why they move. And he sit there and explained all about it. He's in middle school. He's
Hmm.
explaining all about why bridges need to move and expansion and contraction and all of this. And then by the time he was done with his explanation, traffic started moving.
Well, you did know. Well, like in Utah, they're all built like this, and they're probably that same way in California. The buildings are built to withstand earthquakes,
Yeah.
and the the city county building in Salt Lake was not built. It was built, like a couple of hundred years ago, and so I remember they lifted it up and they put a foot of rubber in between the foundation and the building, and that will keep it from falling apart in an earthquake because it just kind of moves, just kind
That
of
was one of
shakes.
the reasons I
So
would never go in the Charleston Town Center Mall. You could feel it moving.
Yeah.
has anybody been across the Chesapeake Bay Bridge
I have not.
Mm, no, I
in
have not.
Virginia
Where
Beach?
is it?
Virginia Beach
Sorry,
in
I'm
No,
not.
Chesapeake
I've
Bay.
never been to
So
Virginia.
it's 17 and a half miles long,
Hmm.
but it turns into a tunnel halfway across the freaking
See
Chesapeake
that
Bay
right there,
and comes
John?
back out.
Yeah.
That right there makes my anxiety start. Just looking at a picture like that. I could start
Well, yeah,
feeling
but
like a panic attack.
see, but when you see that part, that's what really throws you off.
Yeah, because you go underwater.
You go
Yeah,
underwater.
It would be
'Cause
cool. I've just never
no,
been there.
that'd be too much like being in a cave.
I love
No,
the
the boat,
caves.
the boat's
no.
need a place to go.
When we
Every
go
time we
to,
went, every time we went to Detroit from Windsor, my dad
Yeah,
gave
we
me the
could.
choice. You want to take the bridge? You want to take the tunnel? And I would just okay, the bridge over and tunnel back, right? I don't know why I just did that all the time. Because the bridge was cool, but sometimes the bridge was closed if there was too much rain because it flooded.
yeah, see, when me and Ron drive to Utah or back, and we go I-70, there is a tunnel that is like 10 miles long, no, 5 miles long. You literally, as you're coming up to it, you're going to go right into the mountain, and that's what you do. You go under the mountain. I love it. I love tunnels.
Like
Oh, the Gulu.
the ones in the tunnels in the Rockies heading towards Golden.
Yeah,
They're really cool tunnels,
yeah. This
and,
tunnel
and,
is
and some of them
in.
have windows in them. They got windows on the side because they're basically snow shields over top. So when there's
Mm-hmm,
avalanches, it goes
mm-hmm,
over. So you can still drive through the mountain because they're controlled avalanches
mm-hmm.
that they fire calibers into
Like
the avalanche
two
areas.
years ago, me and Ron, we had time. You remember, John, when I got stuck at the rest stop for
Yeah.
25 hours
Yep.
because of the snow on I-70? Well, when we got to Utah, we were there for a week, and then when we drove back, we were on I-70, and there was a small avalanche at Vail, Colorado. They stopped all the traffic and diverted us because they went up and they put charges and brought all the snow down. And it took them 12 hours to clean up all the snow so that people could pass safely. But we had to take a 2 hour, 2.5 hour divert. That was horrible. But yeah, yep, that's what they do in the Rockies. They can't have avalanches going down on cars. Never been to France and Italy. Donna, my husband has Never been there. He's been to Germany. He's lived in Germany for 2 years, and he went other places, but he had top security, and he couldn't go into a communist country. So when he went to see Alice Cooper um, in 1976 or 73, he was 3.5 kilometers from the Czech, uh,
Republic.
the border, and he was drunk. And good thing I never walked too far and walked into Czechoslovakia. He goes, I would have been put to death or I would have been court-martialed because he has top security clearance.
Every time I hear that, what movie is that? I think it was Top Secret or one of the Get Smart movies. What kind of clearance do you have? Top.
Yep.
What is that supposed to be? Top clearance. What's that? Top clearance. Nothing higher. Top.
See, Ron was a directions guy. So Ron was in charge of where they were going to shoot.
Oh my God, Connie, stop! You're making it sound like a comedy. So what kind of security clearance you have? Top. What do you do?
Donna.
I give directions. Go left. What? Down the hall, turn right. Second left on the right. What? That's all I can picture. All I can picture in my head now.
But I asked Ron. I said, do you still know all that stuff? He goes, no, I forgot it. I said, then you don't have top security clearance anymore. And he goes, yeah, I do, because the memories are still in my brain. Even if I can't access it, other people could. So,
sorry, my allergies
We're
are just
implanted in microfiche.
tonight.
Yeah. I was not raised on Disney movies because they only showed them once a year. I saw them, but they weren't like they were in the 80s and that.
Yeah, we had to wait till Sunday night to watch a Disney movie.
And each one was only once a year. Wizard of Oz was only once a year.
So many scary things in the Wizard of Oz.
I love Wizard of Oz. I don't think it's scary at all. I absolutely
Wizard of
love it.
Oz?
Yeah.
I have heard people say, oh, the Wizard of Oz scarred me. It was so scary. And I'm like,
Nope.
well, yeah, but see, then I stop and think, I was reading Poe and Hitchcock when I was 9.
I wasn't. I was reading other stuff, but it still didn't scare me. I absolutely love Wizard of Oz.
I watched the Wizard of Oz every year when it.
Oh, me too. I couldn't wait to see it.
That was like a family, and it's like when Chitty Chitty Bang Bang come on. Chitty Chitty
Bang
Bang was usually just the week before school started. Is
right.
When it on every year.
Yes, and you got to watch Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I love that movie.
What about Bedknobs and Broomsticks?
I love Bedknobs and Broomsticks too.
Mary Poppins.
Yes.
Absolutely loved Mary Poppins.
Oh, me too.
Bedknobs and Broomsticks, wasn't that the Murder, She Wrote?
Yes.
Yes.
Angela Lansbury.
Lansbury,
yeah. She passed away a couple of years ago in her 90s. That is cool, Mitra.
Cut a lot of holes there tonight, John.
Would be kind of cool.
We probably still have close to 100, if not more, VHS tapes because they're Anthony's and he won't get rid of them.
I have a bunch of VHS tapes too.
It looks a lot different now than it did this morning, eh?
Yeah, it does. Oh, Snow White's good too.
Yes. And Sleeping Beauty.
Oh yeah,
Cinderella.
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 Cinderella
You
was
were gonna
always my favorite.
you were gonna call her Cinderella, weren't you?
Cinderella.
Cinderella, Cinderella,
Cinderella, Cinderella.
and damn singing mice.
That's one of my favorite parts of the movie.
Me too.
And when they was sewing the dress,
Mm-hmm.
so cool. And you know, she was getting one over on the evil stepsister, so that made it even better.
Oh yeah.
Thank God, I don't know.
Wow, Donna.
The wind blew into the window, and I started coughing my head off. So there's something out there that didn't like me. Oh, Jerry Lewis and Cinderella. Jerry Lewis and Cinderella. Yes,
Jerry
Love
Lewis
that
is so
movie.
funny. I love Jerry Lewis. Did you know that who was the guy that was always his?
Dean Martin.
Okay. Dean Martin wanted to appear to be bigger than Jerry Lewis. They were the exact same height. So they put stilts on his
Lips in his
shoes
shoes. Yeah,
so that he would be taller than Jerry Lewis.
and Jerry Lewis was a tall fella.
Yeah, well, they both were.
Really?
They were the same height.
Yeah, but if you watch the movies, he always kind of punches in on himself.
He did that on
He
purpose.
doesn't appear as tall as he actually is.
Well, yes, and then Dean Martin was wearing stilts
Lifts,
on his shoes.
Even shorter. Yeah.
But he did that because Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis didn't really get along very well, and he wanted to appear to be bigger and better than Jerry Lewis because Jerry Lewis was the goofy one. Hi, Tammy.
Hi, Tammy. Yes.
So I always liked Jerry Lewis better.
Jerry Lewis, Dean Martin, Laurel and Hardy, and Abbott and Costello. That was my favorite pairings.
Yeah.
Abbott and Costello being my absolute favorite, though. I love me a good Abbott and Costello movie.
Babbage! Babbage!
Abbott! Yes. I can remember many, many nights sneaking up at 1 to watch the midnight. It was called the Midnight Movie, but it was on at 1 o'clock in the morning. And me and Renee would wait till everybody went to bed, and then we would sneak downstairs and watch the Midnight Movie. I own the Incredible Mr. Limpet, Chris.
Oh, I love Mr. Limpet.
That's one of my favorite movies as well. Yeah. God, I got a lot of favorite movies.
Yes, Tammy, you're right.
I bet you I have not watched a movie in a couple of years.
I watched a movie just recently on my computer.
I don't have enough brain power to watch a movie here lately. Yeah, because they clean the air is why.
Yeah, they do. They emit oxygen, so it's good for you.
Yeah,
I love the Apple Dumpling Gang.
I used to watch the movies with Herbie, the little car.
And y'all know where Don Knotts was born, right? Born and raised
in West Virginia,
Morgantown, West Virginia. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The one that played Gilligan, Bob Denver, he was born in West Virginia too.
Yeah.
And he was a huge pothead.
You wouldn't have guessed that from watching Gilligan's Island.
Did
well,
you know
I always wondered because see, I was a lot older when I found out that he was from West Virginia. Yes, Larry, I can remember watching The Reluctant Astronaut on reel on the shade in my parents' bedroom because that was the only place where we had a pull down. You remember the solid white pull down shades?
Yeah, we had one.
And pull that down, open the curtains, and we would watch movies on it. And one of them was The Reluctant Astronaut, and Was it the ghost of Mr. Chicken? I think it was the ghost of Mr. Chicken.
Awesome, Jeanette. I've got one plant that's ready, and I will have a few more in the next coming. It takes a couple of weeks for me to get the roots grown, and then I need to get them into dirt and let it, so they're not in shock no more because they go through a little bit of a shock. So I'm looking at probably the end of July or the 1st of August. I will have those plants ready and I can send them to you. Unless you want me to send the one little one that I have. It's a little spider plant.
Connie.
Hmm.
A question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you aware that you're wheezing?
Yes. That's
Okay.
called allergies.
Okay. I have been wheezy and not realize it. Bill be looking. He said, "You sound really bad." I tell my sister I'll be on the phone with her. I'm like, "You need to hang up and go take a breathing treatment." And she's like, "Why?" And I said, "Because you're wheezing with every word."
See, I've never took a breathing treatment, but yes, I inhale like that all the time, and sometimes I take really deep breaths. Hey, Caleb, can you turn the light over the table and leave it
Thanks,
on for
Larry.
me? Thank you. Yeah, so I know I breathe that way. The doctors know.
Lavender is a calming plant, Jeanette, but in an enclosed space, lavender get very cloying and hard on your lungs.
Yeah, lavender's not good to have in the house.
Too overwhelming.
That's more like something you would plant outside the window and crack the window open when the wind blows so you can smell it.
Yeah, outside. But so I've got that spider plant. It's in the dirt. It's well established. I've got pothos. I'm trying to get it to root, but it's not rooting for me. So I may throw it away and get a new clipping. And then I have a few others I want to get clippings for you. Get them in water and propagate them so that they are ready to go into dirt.
Propagate it.
Yeah, some plants propagate a lot faster than others. So, but any plant, I mean, I've got almost 100 plants, and I have really good air in my house because of all the oxygen that they emit. But I don't want to give you a plant that's going to take over because I don't know what kind of how much room you have or whatever, because I've got some plants that would take over because they do. So, but the spider
finding out with his philodendron,
philodendrons, pothos, my arrowhead, all my monsteras. I would never give you a monstera because they take over. My one monstera, my Thai
monstera.
Huh?
Can you plant those outside the monstera?
I don't have, not in this fire. No, it can't freeze, so it'd have to be in an area that doesn't freeze. But like my Thai
Hey, Michael, how's it going?
My Thai constellation monstera. I bought it 3 months ago, and it was this big. It's now, and it's like almost 3 feet tall now, and it will get to be almost as tall as my ceilings.
I wonder if I did it like I do because I have my spider plants in my flower bed in front of my porch. It started out with one, and now it's the entire flower bed there. I've just pulled everything else out and moved it and just let it take, because it looks really pretty.
That's because it puts off shoots and grows their pups. That's what's hanging off of mine.
Okay, so how does the monstera just goes from the root, right?
Yep, it puts off trellises. I've got some that are 18, 20 feet long.
Yeah, but I wonder if I did like I do my spider plants and cut it off at the top of the ground and then
It,
put mulch over it in the wintertime. And then I just brush the mulch away in the spring.
I don't think so. These are more tropical plants.
To try
Mon-
though, wouldn't it?
huh?
It'd be worth a try. Just get
If
two small ones, bring one in, and put one out. See which one.
they're expensive,
Eh.
but if you don't mind doing that, you could try it.
Chris K sent you something, John.
Hey, Chris K. Way to go.
My
Why not?
Thai
Hold on a sec.
constellation. Okay.
Hold on a sec. Because it is going to meet you anyway.
No, so what was I saying? My Thai constellation monstera plant. If somebody was going to buy it the size it is right now, they're over $100.
That's getting tall though, right?
It's gonna go big and tall, and
They take direct sunlight or indirect sunlight.
I'm not sure because I use grow lights. It doesn't get direct sunlight in my house at all, so I'm not sure outside how well it would do. Now even my Peru, none of my monsteras get direct sunlight. So I don't know.
I mean, that's the way all of the rooms in my house. The only room that gets direct sunlight in this house is my craft room.
Yeah.
So
mine does. The windows
has got to have indirect light.
Right. So my window in my dining room does get direct sunlight, but I have them positioned that they get none. They only have grow lights. I have grown herbs, but I don't have any right now. I am thinking about making a planter that goes across my kitchen window and put them in there because it gets direct sunlight.
If my kitchen window got direct sunlight, I'd put herbs on the windowsill.
But if you don't have direct sunlight, you can use grow lights, which mimic the sun.
Yeah, but I don't really have. I only have one outlet
right
at my sink,
mm-hmm.
and I don't. And I need that for every day. I don't know. I could do the grow lights at night.
Yeah, we could do that. I still have one of mine on. I accidentally set it for 18 hours, so it's been on 12,
Michael,
13 hours.
So. Michael is so hot. I guess start scrolling freaking snowbirds to cool me off. It's all psychological, right?
Sure.
Yep. Absolutely.
Hey, you know what? You know what we got to do? We got to spin this wheel, eh?
Which one? Which wheel?
We got to spin the wheel for the $20 gift certificate. Or what if I could?
I thought you were doing that tomorrow.
I got to find the one I was on now. This one.
Yeah, I thought you were doing it tomorrow.
No, I'm doing tomorrow's for the tomorrow's will be for bingo.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I got to add on Greg. Chris
Why
K.
are you looking at me like that? I already know where he's at. He's in the chair. I already put the cover over him. He's good. He's fine.
I was wanting you to check on.
Yeah, I was just in there a few minutes ago.
Maybe he moved and he's got a toe out. from under the blanket.
Let me go look.
Okay, so we have they broke it down, and basically for every $2 chat, there was one.
I love the dog, love the kid, but between the two of them, they're driving me nuts today.
Here
Now
we
lay
go.
down. I checked it, and he's fine.
One
He's
entry
good.
for every $2 chat, which works out to. Where's my screen at? There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 25. 25 entries. Woohoo! So this will be for a
Yay.
$20 gift certificate to win. And if you win, just email me or message me if you're on Messenger with me. Let me know, and we'll find out what you want, and I'll be starting that for my next month, as well as with when I draw for bingo tomorrow for the winner of that one as well. You need this bigger? Do you need it bigger?
Sure.
Is that big enough for you? Everybody read that?
Yep.
Yep.
And spin. What? No way.
Jojo.
Say Judge, it's JoJo.
Joe, you won.
No
Yay.
way.
Yay.
JoJo. She just woke up too, right?
No, I've been awake. I've been sitting here. My neck's hurting, so I was
Waiting
using the
for
pounder.
Congrats, Joe.
Well, thank you.
Congratulations, Joe. You know how
You know
to
what I want.
message me. Get a hold of me.
You know what I
Do
want.
I? Do I know what you want?
Mm-hmm.
Well, tell me what you want, what you really want. Joe cheated. Well, Greg, you had one, two. You had 2 entries on there.
Should have put more, Greg. More chances of
Yeah,
winning.
should have been more. Yeah, should have put more in, Greg.
I mean,
Or
seriously.
if you guys want, you can just contact me directly, and I can make you something special and unique. Because I know exactly what Connie wants.
Yep.
She's just hoping she wins on the bingo wheel. I know that one.
Yeah, that would be great.
Wouldn't that be
But
funny if I won the
it's going to be
It'd be
desktop
funny if
size,
I won
right?
that one too.
Yeah.
I'm going to put all that detail in an 8-inch circle for you.
I know.
That'd be funny if I won that wheel too, the bingo wheel.
Yeah, it'd be hilarious. I'm going to pull your name off all of them now.
Yeah, it would be.
Okay, let me bookmark this. I don't like this new. I got a new browser. I don't like the way it's set up.
What browser is it?
Okay, so I've been working with one start, which came with the stupid system, which screws everything up because it loads every program up at startup. Chrome was working good for me, but it kept glitching out. Edge was working good for me. Now I'm working on Opera. So now I'm working with Opera browser. It's more of a gaming browser, so you can now actually control how much memory goes towards just the browser and all your back tabs and stuff. So I can actually have more like so. uh, with this Opera browser, I'm actually able to have like I'm able to run my wheel and my bingo and the StreamYard all at the same time, and have a couple YouTube tabs open because I can control how much memory goes to which tab
Right.
as I'm running each one.
Cool.
It's actually pretty cool.
Sounds cool.
Panel winner. But Greg, you were on panel all afternoon. If I drew it at this afternoon, you'd be like, oh, well, typical panel winner. And if you'd won it with the one entry, imagine what would happen then, eh? But you might even win on the bingo. Wait, do you have any bingo entries? Yeah, you do. You won twice last night, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, you won twice
I'd
last
have
night.
to look, but yeah.
Um,
I don't think did
one,
I win any last night? I don't
I
think
two. No,
didn't.
Greg, four. Wait, one, two, three. Yeah, you got three entries last night on bingo.
Yeah, I didn't win at all last night. I don't even know if I'm on the wheel.
Oh, for this month?
Hmm.
I'm
I
sure
might
you
be.
are.
Maybe.
You got it. I'm sure you are.
I'm sure.
Connie, yep. May 2nd. You won round 5.
Yeah. Yeah, only one time.
Wait, hold on a second.
Or maybe more. I don't know.
No, that's it. Well, you got one win on round 5.
I know.
May 2nd.
I've had a very dry spell when it comes to bingo.
Yeah,
And
but what about over Jessica's though?
I've won hers
See, and
a couple more times, but
Greg,
not a ton.
on the second, Greg won there on that one too.
Hmm.
He was on there.
I've won on Jessica's a couple of times, but not like I was winning. But that's okay. It'll
Joe
come
wants
back.
Joe wants a bear. Joe wants a bear. I'm pretty sure I have Joe's bear on here too. That was a while. When was that? That was before December, wasn't it? We're looking at that.
I like you.
Yeah, it was a while back.
See a jolly good fellow. Oh, sorry. I thought I was muted.
Sure you did.
And on the 30th, he won. That was last night. Three times. I'm gonna need another book before long.
Yeah, no, it's on my computer.
Hey, Jeff.
Oh,
Hi,
hey
Jeff.
Jeff, what are you up to, buddy? Bear.
No.
Type in bear. It'll come up somewhere. Bears. Did I throw them all in one, maybe? Bet you I did.
What? Did I miss something? You're throwing bears in a pile.
No. This was 9/11/2024. Was we back that far? 9 September.
Might have been. Been a while back.
Did you know that Joann's is having an online closeout sale?
What?
A what?
It just popped up on my Facebook. It says, "Thank you for being part of our journey. While we've had to close some of our locations. Of course, they're pretty much all closed now. We're bringing you the best deals online in our closeout sale. Shop now before everything sells out. That's got to be old.
That or it's a scam.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly. Yeah, never mind.
What happens if John wins? I didn't enter into my super chats, but so if John wins on the bingo wheel, I'll actually just respin. And if John wins on the bingo wheel, what am I going to do for that? If John wins on the bingo wheel, give me some suggestions.
You can just
If
respin.
if no, that's too easy.
Or
If
or you
if
can spin again and give yours to someone. I don't know. I don't know. You do a drawing for who you're actually going to do it for. I don't know.
if John wins, there will be two winners. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
It's like what happens if Jessica wins on her show, right?
Yeah. Uh huh.
Gonna take forever. Okay, finish cutting these four. Oh yeah, that's right. If John wins, then whoever's on panel just sends to me to send stuff out to John.
Okay.
I don't know if you're on the wheel or not. I don't think you are.
Who's that?
I don't think you won any. Jeanette, no, Jeanette's not on. Sure, but you're prize anyway, regardless, right? Oh, wow.
Which TV are watching tonight? Something black and white.
Ow, ow, ow.
And they just got done with the dark corner. And they're getting ready to watch I Wake Up Screaming. I don't know that.
You wake up screaming. You got night terrors.
I don't know. That's the name of the next movie. Getting ready to start soon. Do we have any
All right,
late night
let's
ones
open,
tonight?
open bears. I got one file called bears apparently. It's probably all of Joe's bears.
Yep. And then later on tonight, it's nightlife and offerings. Okay.
What I miss?
Me?
I always miss you.
blue.
What? Why?
Open a bear head. It's this one.
Crap, now my nose is itching. Oh, I didn't know there was a second spin. Darn.
Bum, 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 bum. Bear portrait. Bear portrait.
Oh, and this last
Bear,
time, Connie,
bear
when he wanted
head.
me, it was because the cats were having a fight on my bed.
Oh,
He just like
that was
walked right up to the bedroom door, looked in, and looked at me, and I looked in there. I was like, "Yo, get off my bed." They are very miffed at him because he takes up a lot more room than Pete. Because it used to be they would share the bed with me and Pete, and Pete would lay at my feet, Misty would lay on my hip, and Storm would just stretch out along the front of my body. He's almost when he stretches out like that, he's almost as tall as I am.
Royce likes to sleep between me and Ron's pillows. He'll switch back and forth his head under Ron's pillow or his head under my pillow. He goes back and forth. But when it's cold, he goes under the blanket and he lays against my back or on my knee pillow.
Pete used to do that. Sneak under the covers.
Oh, I lift him up because if not, he'll pull him away from me and off me, trying to get under him. So when he starts doing that, I just lift it up because there's no sense in trying to fight it.
Oh, Pete would do it in the middle of the night. He was sneaky. You wouldn't even know he was doing it until you wake up and his face is right with yours. Because he
Well,
always liked to sleep facing me.
he does it at night when I'm asleep, but I feel it. And so I just reach over and grab it and lift it up, and he goes under there. Or Ron will, one of the two. Ron's a really light sleeper. I'm a heavy sleeper. But for some reason, when he does that, I know because he's pulling on the blanket. And I don't like my blanket being pulled away from me. I pull it back, and I try to figure out why it's getting pulled.
It's a thinking note.
All right, Joe. I can't find the ones we're looking at before. But I know I can find them again.
They're on Team. I'm looking at them now. I just put in bear wall art on Team.
Right here's Troublemaker.
Right?
But like I said, anybody that sends me one of those awesome red super chats, and I'm gonna drop everything and start on that right away.
Huh. I have a pain in my pinky.
Well, they're gonna pain in your ass.
I was like, oh, my pinky hurts.
I sent you a message with a picture of one of them.
think it's because my hands are getting cold.
Really?
I'm just looking.
That's what you want?
I don't
That's
know.
what
I'm
you
just
want?
looking.
How big do you want it?
I don't know. I'm looking. I'm looking.
How big would you like it? Okay. No,
I don't know.
stop for a second and listen to me. If that if that is the one you would like, how big would you like it?
Um, um, I don't know.
Well, thank you, Chris. But thank you, Chris. But since we already drew, I can put you in for next month.
I've got a lot of full ones on here. But those are more difficult to do, though, aren't they?
Oh, so there's a it's not really a contest. If you do super chats, you'll get one entry into for a chance to win a $20 gift certificate for every $2 super chat.
That's
Oh, since you
cool.
didn't know about it, it's fine. But no, so for every $2 entry, for every $2 in entries, you'll get one draw, one slot on a wheel to get a $20 gift certificate from What If I Could, Scrollsaw Portrait Design and Woodworks. But I appreciate that, Chris. Thank you. Vacation week, yay! You could have sent gas money then. Could have sent me some gas money if it's vacation week.
Good night, Jeanette.
Good night, Jeanette.
Night, Jeanette.
Take care.
Night,
I'll see you tomorrow for some happy hats. Oh, and as far as I know, uh, Jessica is working tomorrow, so she will not be here for happy hats. So yeah, guess what? It's just me and my glorious happy demeanor. Plus, whoever's on
That's
panel with
true,
us.
too.
oh,
I know you guys just all want to come and see Jessica all the time. You've been used to it. Actually, we've been co-streaming together for quite a while. I can't remember when we started co-streaming together.
It was like,
Probably almost a year, over a year.
I was trying to think. I thought it was last in the fall, late summer,
September maybe.
maybe.
See, like when we started co-streaming, but I know that because I was on her birthday show, but with Amanda, but I don't think we were co-streaming then. That was a year ago. So I think it was just
Hmm.
after that because I know when I started Hook, Flips, and Chains that she was off and on a bit. So probably I can't even remember when we started co-streaming together. It's been a while anyway. So you guys just got used to seeing us together all the time. So I know she was just the mod, my main mod, sharing all the links and everything else because it took pressure off everybody else.
Hmm.
And then she's just piggybacking on my StreamYard, too, so you get her panels bigger, right? So Joe, you didn't answer my question. What size, if that's the one you want, what size would you like it at?
I'm not sure that's the one I want to. I'm still looking.
It doesn't matter if if that was
Um,
the only one that you're allowed to have.
Say
I
six
don't
foot
know
by
what my
6 foot.
yeah 6 foot by 6 foot.
Okay, what?
I want a life size.
Really?
I don't know 10 by
You,
is 10 by 13 too
you
big?
don't. You, you want it shipping? Okay, you're paying shipping on it though. Doesn't bother me.
Yeah, yeah, somewhere around like 10 by 14.
Oh, inches,
Yeah,
honey. How big would you make something like that?
What?
How big would you make something like that?
You're
I
too
can barely
muffled.
hear you. You muffled.
How big would you make something like this if you were
Oh,
to paint that?
I would probably do the same size, if not probably close to the same size as that painting that you bought from me. I think that the size that I did for Annie would be a little bit too small for that detail.
It's like
I
24 by
could
18.
do it. I
That's
could do
pretty.
it, but yeah. I mean, I could definitely do the smaller, but I would rather do the bigger.
What kind of bear is that, Joe? Do you know?
Looks like a grizzly.
Don't give her the answer. Don't give her the
good.
answer. I know what kind of bear it is. What?
I don't know. Grizzly, black bear.
You don't know. Okay, it's not a
No, it's
black
just a
bear.
bear. I like
It's
No,
grizzly.
just a
that
bear. Okay, you see the hump
Got
on
a
the back of it?
I
The
have a
hump's a
feeling
big
I know what it
giveaway.
is. I have a feeling I know what it is.
Brown bear.
It's not a
I
brown
think
bear.
it's I think it's a
Kodiak.
polar I think it's a polar bear.
I think
No,
it's a
it's not a polar
Kodiak.
bear. It,
No?
Kodiak.
I'm thinking Kodiak or Great Big Grizz. It's the
It
hump
could
that's
be
a
a
big giveaway.
grizzly. Yeah, it could be a grizzly.
That's what I
No,
So
thought at first. It was a big.
Kodiak is bigger than a grizzly, though, I think.
a polar bear snout, it is more like a dog snout. It's
That's
longer.
true. Uh-huh.
And they're
And
leaner.
it's got a flat back on it, and they're leaner because of all the swimming they do. Ask Greg. Greg's probably seen polar bears.
Yeah. That's true. They are leaner.
They have a lot of bear pictures.
No, well, don't send me all of them.
No, but that was the one like that one I liked. But there's others that regular.
In the zoo. No, you've seen them more places. You've never seen a polar bear in real life?
They're meaner than hell. I wouldn't want to be around them.
They're not
At
mean.
the
They're just
zoo.
hungry.
Oh, yes, they are.
They're just
Oh,
hungry
well, yeah, but they are mean.
because they're hungry. If they're well fed, then they're nice and easy to take care of.
Mm. He's never been that far north.
Yeah.
The
See that one?
black bears are all over
Now,
in the Rockies.
if I was rich, that's what I would want.
A whole wall.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, That's really cool.
That is
Mhm.
Yeah,
I don't know if I would like
but
that
I'm
if I
not
was
rich,
really
so.
if I was really sleepy and there was any light in the
Imagine,
room and I came out and saw that damn thing, it might scare the hell out of you.
imagine waking up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, glass
Yeah.
of water in one hand.
And the light shined on its eyes, reflected on its eyes. Oh my God.
Or car lights went by and you saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
you'd be like, "Eh,
Yeah.
motorboat enough."
I'm really shocked. We live on a corner lot, but we don't get very many window lights. In fact, we don't hardly ever get any light shining through our windows, which is weird
That
because
would
we know
drive me nuts.
now in Utah we lived on a corner. We never got lights shining except for our basement lights because our house it was a split entry, so the lights or the rooms upstairs were too high, but the basement lights windows would get it.
It's funny, because like I I like working outside in the light, but when I get home, I want all the blackout curtains pulled because my
Oh,
eyes
not
just
me.
too bright.
I love the house
Well,
to be bright.
my curtains are always pulled.
no.
My
I like it dark.
Well, it's because you're always getting out of the shower, walking around naked.
Well, that's true.
um my husband will shut the curtains and I'll go behind him and open them.
I like to have my curtains and my windows open.
Now my curtains
No,
in my dining room,
no, you're not right. The neighbor would see me all naked. We can't have that.
my curtains in my dining room
Later.
cannot close. I have them permanently open, but I have a lot of
No.
plants there, but I can still see through the windows. And then my curtains in my kitchen are only halfway down, so I can see out. He closes the ones the in the breakfast nook, wherever. He'll close them at night, but during the day they're open.
I
And
have
the
never
one,
understood the concept. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have curtains on my windows. They look kind of naked without them. But I
mhm.
never understood the concept of cutting a hole in the wall so you can get light in a room and then covering it. It's
I
just
think
counterintuitive to me.
to me, I
Okay,
think
so
curtains
so
are for at night so people can't see in at night.
the
Be,
the whole
That one's kind of cool.
now the whole concept behind curtains or window treatments, if we want to get all fancy, is number one to decorate your house to keep it in congruent with the flow of the house, but number two for privacy at night or during the
yes,
daytime. Well, but also if your curtains are closed in the daytime when the sun is on that side of the house, it keeps the house cool because the sun gets magnified against the glass and heats your house up.
right,
So it's also a cooling heating effect as well.
right.
Still
Well,
counterintuitive.
I
That
don't
one's
like
cool.
in the living room we pull the curtain because I don't want people looking in on me and because I can't see
When
out,
you're
they can
walk,
only see in.
you don't want them seeing you walking around naked either, do you?
Well, if I was, but I don't do that. I don't do that. But Ron did today. I'm like, um, we never know when our daughter's going to show up because she shows up at our house anytime during the day because she works like a block and a half away and she's a
Uh huh.
manager, so she can leave. And it was less than 45 minutes after he was walking around nude. She came walking through the door, and she has a key, so I mean, she came right through the garage and into the house.
Good
And
night,
then
Chris. Thanks for
Oh
joining us.
wow.
Thank you.
our
Thank you again.
and our grandson was upstairs. He could have walked downstairs,
Uh huh.
but
How's the Bentley?
I got a story. I got to tell you. Many years ago, I'm talking
Ooh,
Oh,
I
almost
that
like
one's
that.
cool.
about 40 years
That's
ago.
cool.
That is cool. about 40 years ago, we were living in this duplex, and Ron worked 1 month graveyards, 1 month days, 1 month swing shift at the as a cop. And this 1 month he was on his graveyard month, and so he was asleep during the day. And our
Hey, Jack, how's it going?
hey Jack, our landlord came over to get the air conditioner going, right? And it was a swamp cooler. In Utah, a lot of people use swamp coolers. They don't use them where it's humid because you don't want that. But you have to open it up in the inside of the house and go up on the house and take the cover off of it, right? So he's on a ladder in our hallway upstairs next to our bedroom door. I didn't know that he was going to be there. Ron used to sleep nude, right? He had to go pee.
Mm-hmm.
He had to go pee, and there was no bathroom in our bedroom. So he opens the door, looks up. Our, our landlord looks down. He goes, Ron. He goes, I can't even remember what his name was. He said his name, walked into the bathroom, did his business, walked back and into the bedroom. I'm like, oh my God.
That's a
Okay.
guy.
Well,
It's a guy thing. It don't matter. It don't bother. Like, for guys, it doesn't bother a lot of guys. Like
right.
especially in the military and stuff like that.
And he was in the
No big deal.
military.
Yeah, but like it's no big deal, right?
Right. Well,
Or if
one
you're on a
time,
sports team, it's no big deal.
right. Well, one time, Ron was asleep, and his sisters came over, and they were in the living room. And Ron comes down in his underwear, and I'm like, Ron, go get some pants on. And he's like, they're my sisters. Okay.
Exactly.
I'm like, okay. I'm like, just go put something on. He's like, they've seen me in my underwear before. I'm like, okay, whatever. Yeah.
Well, like I walk around in my long johns all the time.
Well, Ron doesn't walk around in his underwear very often anymore because I've always had our grandkids here. We have never, and since, oh God, how many years has it been? Since Kendrick was 12 years old, we have always had grandkids living in our house. In 20 days from today will be the first time we didn't have a grandchild living with us.
Really.
So, yeah,
Oof.
I think there was a 2 month period that we didn't have one of our no grandkids living. No, there was grandkids living. Yeah, we've always had grandkids living with us. In fact, it was
Always
even
had
before
grandkids.
then. It was even before then because Kendrick, when he came home from the hospital, his mom lived with us. And then um, she left for 6 months when she had Caleb, and they came back to our house. And then she left for a little while, and then she came back. And then Ashley came back and had Zaylee. Yeah, we've always had grandkids. Very, very little time we have not had grandkids with us since our first one was born. And only two of my grandkids plus Parker have never lived with us. All the rest of them have, except for Jane because she passed away. Jack's been making sawdust today.
Cool, cool. That's what I've been working on. Just give me a second. Let me turn some lights back off here. I'll show you this. What I've been working on today. And one more light. Let me make this big.
Wow, that's
Yeah, that's very
awesome.
cool.
Let me put my light up behind it again. Give me a second.
Wow.
Why can I not get it on? Flashlight.
Mm.
Come on. Flashlight. There we go. It won't be that
Wow.
bright, but there you go.
And are you done cutting everything? You still have more cutting, right?
No, I still got some more to do on the owl.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure with the owl, I will raise the owl up and have it lit up as well for the backside.
That's awesome.
But I think
Oh,
with just
cool.
the even with just the snow caps behind it in the day, it's still going to look cool like that. But I will put
Right.
LEDs behind the owl as well.
That's cool. Well, I think I'm gonna head out. I got a couple things I got to do out of the ordinary that I don't normally do at night because I have to make a salad for tomorrow, so I got to make it real quick. So I'm gonna head out.
Right. Well, you
And
have a
I
good night.
We're actually going to say goodnight anyway here.
Okay.
So thanks for being here, Connie and Joe and Annie, being on the panel with us. Everybody in the chat, Joe, way to go! Congratulations on being a winner.
Yes.
Thank you all my members and subs that showed up and were in the chat and joined us and had a good time. And thank
All
Jack
right.
for showing up almost at the end of the show. Appreciate it.
Exactly.
Take care. Take
Have a
care.
good
Take
Good
care. Good
night.
night. Join us
Night,
for happy hats.
everybody.
For happy hats tomorrow.
night.
We'll see you later.
Yes. Night, everybody.
Bye.